Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for July 18th, Tuesday. Let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY real fast. You see we have almost a double top here at that 246 spot. We're up through the Bollinger Bands right now. I don't keep Bollinger Bands on my charts all the time, but every once in a while I like to have a look. And if you notice, we broke out above the Bollinger Band, and now we have a kind of indecision day. So we're going to see how the next candle plays out. If the bulls can get above this 246, or are the bears going to push us down to this 245 level on SPY. We'll take a look at some other markets. IWM. So basically, we keep hitting the top of the band here on the Bollinger Band. If you notice right here, we came up through the Bollinger Band and then we pulled back. We came up to the Bollinger Band, we pulled back, and now we're coming up to the Bollinger Band, the top Bollinger Band, and let's see what they want to do. So, 143 is the spot we want the IWM to take out. So far, hasn't been able to for the bulls. IWC, same thing, pretty much that $90 area given the IWC, the micro cap index. A little bit of a resistance area. Let's see what else do I want. IBB. We'll take a look at IBB. Thought we were going to get that nice move up through this 320 spot on IBB, but so far bears have been defending that to the upside. XBI also topping tails here. Shadows at $80 on the XBI. So if they can't get through that $80, we might be due for a little bit of a pullback here, but we are still flagging and holding above the 20 SMA. Let's go ahead and take a look at some news and information, and then we'll go ahead and get into the watch list for tomorrow. Currently, the Dow futures are up about 5. The S&P futures are unchanged. The NASDAQ futures are up 1. And some of your earnings calls for tomorrow morning. This is Earnings Cast, and you can go to their website. 8 o'clock, you have BRO, CMA, NVS, ANGO, and AMTD, Bank America, HOG. At 9 o'clock, GS Goldman Sachs has a conference call at 9:30, and after the bell we have EXPO, IBM will be reporting, and IBKR. So a few conference calls after the bell, and the earnings before the bell, and we'll go ahead and show you the earnings before the bell for Tuesday the 18th, and earnings season is picking up. So here's before the bell: ANGO, Bank America, Goldman Sachs, HOG, Johnson & Johnson, Ameritrade, and UNH, United Health. After the bell: ADTN, CSX, IBM, UAL. And so you see there's a few of the top earnings for after the bell on Tuesday, July 18th. As far as economic information, 8:30 we have import-export prices, 10 o'clock housing market index, and then 4:30 API crude numbers come out, and that's at 4:30. So that's for Tuesday. As far as some news after the bell, SFBS came out with earnings after the bell. Netflix came out with earnings after the bell, and they beat, and I'll show you that movement in a moment. SCSS, earnings per share and revenue miss on SCSS, and that's Sealy. Let's see, that's more on Netflix. Tesla adds 21st Century Fox CEO James Murdoch and Ebony Media CEO Linda Johnson to its board. CBay announced a public offering, and that sent that stock down in after hours. MOSY came out with earnings. They beat by 9 cents, but they missed on revenue, and that's MOSY. ABIO Form 4 chairman purchased 10,000 shares at $249. Cisco SYY announces its CEO succession plan. Let me see if there was anything else. Earnings we went over. Okay, here's some more of the top insider purchases. MERC 10% owner Kellogg purchased over 93,000 shares at 11.52 on MERC. Seems like we saw this one before, so another purchase in MERC. IFF 10% owner Winder purchased 40K at 133.73. Some syndicate news. CBay, we spoke about the offering, and that got hit after hours. And VNOM announces public offering of common units, 11 million units. And that's about it for GOV prices 300 million of 4,000% senior notes due 2022. So that's a little flavor for some of the news after the bell. Next up is some of your call option activity. AAP had call option activity. CERN call activity. CPN call activity. MasterCard also had call activity. And Visa had call activity. It's not listed here, but I was watching the Fast Money show and they said Visa was getting a call activity, unusual call activity. SBGI, unusual call activity. SO, Southern Company, UCTT, and WUBA, all on the call activity, options activity list. On the put activity, Facebook, CHK, Chesapeake Energy, HUM, Humana, Intel, MDXG, NLY, and X, United States Steel Corporation, had put activity to the unusual side. So that's it for some of the news that came after the bell. We looked at some of the markets, and we'll go ahead and we'll take a quick look at Netflix. And their earnings came out, and they had this is a 5-minute pre and post market chart, and they're trading at 178.70. Big pop in the name as they increase subscribers. They got over the estimated number, so Netflix did well. PBYI, this one had approval from the FDA, so that was a big pop on this one, up to $96 in after hours. And that was the two. I know which one I want to show you. AUPH, the CEO of AUPH came in on Kramer's show. He was on the 6 p.m. show, and I was tweeting out that he was on the show at 6 p.m. and this is the drop we got on the interview with Jim Cramer on Mad Money show, and you see that drop in AUPH. So I hope you guys saw my tweets, and we're on alert for AUPH. It did have a good day, but then now after hours it's dropped down. It was on my stocks to watch list, but now I'm not too sure about it, but we'll see. I'll leave it on there. Let me see if there was any other names that I wanted to mention. Just this Blue Apron slammed again down to 650. You might want to keep that one on watch for possible bounce. Snap. This one keeps grinding down on Snap. So we're down near $15 now. So I'm looking for some kind of capitulation drop in this. So far, we haven't gotten it yet on SNAP. And I think that's about it that I wanted to go over. The only other thing is we'll just take a quick look at some of the bigger names. Apple popped over the 50 SMA today, but then you see we have this kind of inverted hammer now at that 150 spot on Apple. So we'll see what they want to do. And let me take off these Bollinger Bands. Sorry about that. And get those off. I usually don't keep those on, but I put them on every once in a while just to see where we're at with them. Amazon, strong as ever, holding this 5 EMA. It is starting to get a little bit of a target now because it's trying to take over Whole Foods Market, and it's just wreaking havoc with the retailers. And so this may have a target on its back from the Trump administration. There's a lot of jobs on the line in retail, so we'll see what they're going to do with Amazon, if they're going to make that, pay for its success, I guess you would say. On Facebook, we had a nice pop up. We're still holding above the 5 EMA. Google This one, holding above the 50 SMA, but this 960 spot giving it a little bit of a resistance currently. Tesla, just take a quick look at Tesla, holding the 100 SMA right here, but having a hard time with this 330 spot up in this area. Actually, I should call it a 327 spot currently for Tesla, giving it a hard time. It's below the 50, it's below the fast moving averages. If it loses this 310, you would think it's going to try this 290 spot on Tesla. And PCLN, who is running nicely, still holding this 5 EMA, showing strength on Priceline. So let's go ahead and get into that watch list as promised. ACRX, played this one myself 2 times today, got some 2 nice moves in the name on ACRX, so nice pop in this name. Look for maybe possible continuation move. 11 million shares traded in the name. ARNA, big pop to 28, now pulling back to this 5 EMA. You see that it held the 5 EMA on this last pullback, so we'll see what they want to do with this ARNA. AUPH was on my watch list, but that big downturn, so I'll keep it on watch, but I'm not too pleased with it at the moment. AVEO, big pop in this name up to 325. Now we're pulling back to the 13 EMA, this light purple line you see here. So see if there's any kind of turnaround after this big run. Would actually like it better if it could pull back maybe to the $2 area. So we'll see. BLPH, nice volume, 1.4 million shares. Looking for it to get over, that 160, 165 spot on BLPH. We are at this 400 SMA currently, so we'll see what they want to do with that one. CBMX, nice candle here on the name. Could have used a little bit more volume though, right? 109,000 shares. Moved it up from 525 to 580, so it's a very low volume stock, but volume can come in at any time. We were holding this 100 SMA, and now we're turning back up, so not a favorite because of this volume, but I'll have it on watch. CEI, looking for this one to take out the high of 42 cents. And see if we get some kind of continuation move. Nice, nice developing chart here. We got above resistance. We got 9 million shares, under $1 name in oil though. So, and oil was actually down 1% today. Here's the USO that was down over, close to 1.5% for oil. Came up to that 50 SMA, and we're pulling back from that on USO. XOIL is light sweet crude, WTI. You see here it hit the 50 SMA, and now we're failing again at the 50 SMA on oil. So we'll see what they want to do with this, if they're going to drive it right back down to 43. So I think it's going to depend on those API numbers at 4:30 tomorrow. So keep your eye, keep listening for those. What else was there? CNBX, nice pop, 1.5 million shares. The logical number for this to take out is $1.50, but we do have the 150 SMA right here on this name, which is at 160. So that kind of puts me a little bit hesitant because of that 150 SMA. And the reason I say that is because TEUM had a big pop today, and we actually spoke about this one in the video last night. Stocks to watch video, and we said you got to watch this 150 SMA. It popped, it hit it here, and today everybody thought this was going to really rip, but I knew the 150 SMA was right in this area, and we could not get above and hold above on TEUM. So I'll have it on watch again tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to get interested in this one till it can take out that $1.75 spot on TEUM. And right now it's at $1.15, so it's really got to turn itself around. So we'll see. Where do I want to go? DRNA, nice consolidation here on the name. The natural number, natural resistance is this 350 spot. So looking to maybe take that out. Light volume, but it was a light volume day all around. So SPY only traded 34 million shares today. So If this DRNA can get back over this 350 spot, biotech stock, maybe it gets going. We'll see. ENRJ, an oil name that had a nice push up. It's under $1, 2.4 million shares. If it can get over that 42 cents, we'll see if it can get a continuation move in the name, ENRJ. FCX, this one popped today right up to this 150 SMA. Now the reason I'm keeping an eye on this one is because, where is it? JJC gapped up today, and this is the copper ETF. And so there was a big pop in copper today. Copper was up over 1% for the day. This is the JJC. I don't know if you can, there you can see it there, JJC right here. And so that popped, and so that popped this stock, Southern Copper, SCCO. So this one pushed up really, and it's been on a nice tear. FCX, may follow, but it closed at 13. If it can get back over this 200 SMA, which is at 1303, so we'll call it 1310 for FCX. 27 million shares traded, to see if that can get going. One other thing I wanted to mention before I lose train of thought was AA was also mentioned on CNBC for unusual call activity, but you see it's had like a really nice run already. It's having issues here at this 37 spot resistance, so won't be one I have on watch tomorrow, but I just wanted to get that out there, that was mentioned on CNBC, the Nigerian brothers, and they mentioned this one as unusual options activity. And like I said, Visa was the other name, unusual options activity. And you saw MasterCard on the trade exchange list. So this one's moving up nicely, but they're not on watch, but just information. LL, Lumber Liquidators, after consolidating here at around $24 a share, looking to see if this can get back over the 50 SMA. We had this big pop, this organized pullback here, a pop, consolidation, now we're popping again. So somebody keeps buying this stock out of consolidation. So we'll see if this wants to set up and do anything tomorrow. 1.3 million shares on that move up. MBRX, looking for the 175 takeout, and then we have the 200 SMA at 186. So just keep that in mind if you do get in this name. 1.2 million shares, MBRX traded. MEIP. Okay, there we go. MEIP, nice pop. Over 600,000 shares traded. So looking for some kind of like maybe red to green move tomorrow. Or if it doesn't want to give us that, maybe a continuation move. This traded, like I said, over 600,000 shares. It's above the 5 EMA. Would like a pullback maybe to 290, 295, and then maybe a rebreak of $3 on MEIP. NTNX, this one's remaining strong. We had the gap up from the Goldman Sachs upgrade. And so if this can get over that 23 spot on NTNX, excuse me, 9 million, over 9 million shares traded, we could get a continuation move. NTNX looks like dip buyers are coming in and buying the dips. So any pullback maybe near that 22 spot also on NTNX. NVAX, this one had movement after hours. So you see it popped here. So not too exciting daily chart here, but it did have that move after hours. So we'll see. Not a favorite. PI, this one's setting up nicely. We're above the 50 SMA. We're above the 5 EMA. We're turning back up. If it can get over the highs, the high was 55.12, and we're kind of far from that. If we can get back over maybe 54.55, 54.60, perhaps we get a continuation move. Now intraday, this one can be spready, so you'd have to play it small, if at all, maybe more of a swing trade. And then you would probably have to give this space down to any break of the 5 EMA, which is at 53. So you have to play this one very small. PMCB, This is an under $1 name, and looking for that 85-cent break and to hold above the 200 SMA. 4.1 million shares traded in the name. The high today was actually 85 cents. So if it clears 85 cents, it will be clearing this 200 SMA and maybe a continuation move. And we do have the 150 SMA right here at 95 cents. So keep that in mind. SCOO we went over. SNGX. We came right up to the 200 SMA. You see we hit it here, pulled back. This time we got over it. If it can get over $3, you know, 302, 303 spot, maybe we get a, you know, push up. The 200 SMA is, yeah, 303. So watch for that 303 to be taken out. Maybe we get a small pullback and then a turn back up. So I'll probably be watching this one, you know, like on a 2-minute chart. TEUM, we looked at this one already. I told you about the 150 SMA yesterday. URRE, nice pop in the name, 1 million shares. This one has been on watch. And URRE is the ETF, and that's been turning up. CCJ, which is also in the uranium, that one turned up, but it got pushed back by the 100 SMA. Let's see, did we do UEC? UEC actually looks good also, and we spoke about this one on the video last night. Stocks to watch, 2 million shares. So watch this break of 175 on UEC. URRE is also one you should watch for tomorrow for a possible setup for, you know, a trade. Can be, you know, a weird trader during the day, so just keep that in mind. XGTI, they had news today, and it popped. 3 million shares traded. We went as high on the name. Let's see, we got a high of $2.13. The 200 SMA is up there at 223. So we have this shadow candle now. For me, this would have to get back over this top of the shadow candle, I think, if it can set up with a nice stop and, you know, consolidate for a little while on maybe a 5-minute or 2-minute chart, and then maybe break out back over, you know, that 210, 213 spot. But just keep in mind, once again, we have this 200 SMA, which is, you know, slanted down. So, you know, that makes me cautious on that name. All right, so not any major stuff out there. I would say the ones that I like the best for tomorrow maybe is the CEI, because it moved up even though oil had a lousy day. HER, yeah, maybe, right? Big volume came in, so HEAR. LL also, you know, if we can get over this 50 SMA, can make some nice moves. The other ones, I'll say NTNX, definitely going to be on my watch. This PI will also, you know, this one, I like this chart, you know, but I'm afraid of this stock because it can be spready. And, you know, it can be erratic, really erratic trading, but it can make some nice moves. So PI will be on watch. Kind of have to, you know, play it small and see where it goes from there. And then the chart on this one, DRNA, you know, if it can get over that 350 spot, because it doesn't have any moving averages in the way. So that's what I like about this. The thing I don't like about it is this, you know, low volume, but volume can come in over this 350 spot if this thing gets, you know, some attention. All right, so that's the stock watch list for tomorrow, July 18th, Tuesday. Today I traded Macy's, I should mention that, and I got a nice pop in Macy's. That was the retailers were moving up, so, you know, but they're all coming up to the 50 SMA, most of them. TJX popped. What's another one? LB. JWN, you know, JWN, if it can get up over $48, but, you know, retail is still hurting. But today I did get a nice, I got in this one at $22.45 on Macy's, and we alerted that at the trade exchange and gave us a nice run today. All right, folks, that's all I have for tonight. Next video will be out tomorrow. Be stocks to watch also. Everybody have a great evening. Have a good day trading. Please hit the subscribe button if you could on YouTube. Retweet these videos and, you know, share the videos. I'd appreciate that to your followers. And that's all I have. Have a great night, and have a good day trading. Don't be scared to DM me or reach out to me on Twitter or leave comments down in YouTube. All right. Have a great night and great day tomorrow.